1 second from half court.
Jumping for joy.
First ever.
A 2-on-1. Oh!
Did he bring it in? He did!
It is
Caught!
Good evening all and welcome to Johnson Senior High School for a little Division II versus Division I matchup as the East Greenwich Avengers come to Johnson, Rhode Island to take on the Panthers. Alongside Matthew Duquette-Suisic, I'm your play-by-play announcer Anthony Vendetti on our own YouTube channel and the NFHS Network. Matt, the second time that these two teams face off this year, with last time the Avengers coming out with a 48-40 W at the Holiday Tournament, and the Panthers last game, it was not beautiful against Barrington. So what are things that they need to do today to clean up against East Greenwich?
Yeah, I know you said it wasn't beautiful, but it was definitely a start for this Johnson team. They came out there first half and looked phenomenal. You know, best basketball I've seen them play all year. And they just kind of fell apart during that second half. And it's because of the things that I've been repeating all season. The passing, the teamwork, the not being able to, you know, make those plays that they should, not playing smart basketball, and that's what they really need to do here. Close loss during the Holiday Tournament, only lose by 4 points, but they're a hotter team now than they were then. I expect a great win from Johnson here tonight.
Yeah, let's go into East Greenwich's game notes. They are 7-5, so they are ranked 6th in Division II, so not a bad start for them. Their last game they played Moses Brown wasn't the prettiest for them. They lost 70-46. But this was a team last year that finished in the Final Four in Division II playoffs. So this is a team that Johnson cannot take lightly. And this is a team you really want to beat right now to get back on track.
Yeah, they really need this. But going back to that Barrington game, if you just look at the scores, they don't speak for themselves. Johnson played good basketball, scoring 50-something points on Barrington, the #1 team in the state. That's very good for this team, and that's a great start for them. They got to get this win. They got to get back on track.
Well, something for East Greenwich. Playing D1 teams has not been common for them. They played 4 games against them. They have 2 against Johnson and 2 against Cranston East. They're 2-2. They beat Johnson once. They beat Cranston East once. 2 of the bottom teams in Division I, but that proves that they can play at the Division I level. So Johnson, that's something they got to look out for. But we're talking more about Johnson right now. 4-8, still 0-8 in league play, but this is a non-league game. Like I said, they lost their last game against Barrington 88-51. Another thing for Johnson that's shocking, they're only 1-6 at home. They haven't really got that big spark in front of their home crowd. And to play their games at home, it just is a better feeling for the team, but they haven't been able to perform at home.
No, they have not. And usually the home atmosphere is where you want to be if you're a team. You get the crowd backing you. You get home field advantage. That's where you want to be, but Johnson's just not being able to take advantage of being at home.
Yeah, something that has also been bad for the Panthers, the second half. We've both seen it like all season. The turnovers just come out in the second half. they just turned into a different team in the second half.
Yeah, and the team just changes during the second half. It gets sloppy basketball, laziness. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's conditioning or just straight out lazy basketball, but something has to change in that locker room, and something has to change with these players' mentalities to go into that second half and play better.
Well, let's also hope they can get a big win today, because this is the last game before they start a big road stretch. 7 of their next 9 games are on the road. Their next home game is in February against Hendricken. So if they can get a big win at home and then go on the road, that's huge for the Panthers.
It is. That's a spark you need going into all these away games. You only have 2 more home games left. You have Hendricken and then Shea for senior night. Those are the 2 games that you want to stay in for home, but you have to get some wins while you're away to stay in, maybe playoff contention.
Yeah, this is also playing D2 teams is not new for Johnson. They've played 5 this year. This is going to be their 6th. They're 4-1 in those games, so they have had the D2 number, and their only loss was to East Greenwich, so maybe trying to even that up. But as the white card is going out at midcourt, we'll be back. Starting lineups, tip-off, coming up next.
Fans, at this time, we ask you all to please rise. We will welcome here as we honor America by playing her national anthem.
Back from the national anthem, we're going to give you the starting lineups first for the East Greenwich Avengers. A junior guard, number 2, Quinn Scaramella. A senior, number 3, Jacoby Bassler. A sophomore, number 4, Cole Bianco. A senior, number 11, Aiden Glenn. And a senior, number 24, Dante Desmaris. Avengers coached by Scaramella. For the Panthers, same starting 5, Cherry, Vento, Skino, Morsilli, and Dicklow. Desmaris will jump for the Avengers. Panthers will be jumped by Morsilli. Avengers in the maroon, Panthers in the white. And off we go from Johnson as Johnson will contain the opening tip-off.
Number 24, Desmaris. Big length advantage and the height advantage over Johnson. You know, Johnson struggled with, tall, guys before.
Dicklow to the corner, Morsilli wide open. He knocks his first 3 down. A quick 3-0 lead for the Panthers. Avengers, who were top 4 in Division II last year, a 3 from the left wing. Too strong, Dicklow pulls down that rebound. Dicklow, pull up mid-range shot, rolling around off the front rim, no good. Into the hands of the Avengers. Bassler gives it all to Scaramella.
Avengers gonna have to exploit the not-so-great defense from Johnson to stay in this game.
As Glenn's 3 hits the wiring, and it's gonna go Johnston way. Remember, the Avengers finished 4th last year in Division II playoffs. Almost took down Moses Brown to move on. It was a neck-and-neck game until the very last minute. But now the Panthers up 3-0 early in this one after Morsilli drained in a 3. Vento takes a deep 3 and swishes it home. Ronnie Vento over Jacoby Bassler, drills it 6-0.
He was practicing those high 3s and warm-ups today. Kai was asking him, why are you shooting those? Clearly it's working with that 3 there to give Johnson a 6-0 lead.
He's been struggling from beyond the arc, but gets a big one to fall. Bianco to the corner. Desmaris off the front rim, and Morsilli pulls down the rebound. Dicklow slows it down for the Panthers. There's Morsilli. Gives it off to the freshman Dicklow.
Johnson can't turn over the ball here like they had done in the past.
Morsilli in the corner. No good. Skino pulls it down. Vento fakes. Gives it to Morsilli. Left hand. No good. Gets his own rebound. Cherry now takes a 3. No good. And the Avengers pull it down. So 3 opportunities for Johnson right there. Can't cash in, but still hang on to a 6-0 lead.
Johnson's had a problem with finishing all year. Many opportunities there to score and just couldn't capitalize.
Bassler gives it inside. Oh, a nice little finger roll by Scaramella. Gets the Avengers on the board. It's 6-2. Nice little cut to the bucket by the junior. I think we have a clock problem, so they're just going to go over to the scorer's table and get that fixed out. These two teams faced off in the holiday tournament with the Avengers winning 48-40. As they're still trying to figure it out over there at the scorer's table.
Johnson starting off hot offensively. The question is, can they continue? They have some problems in the past where they get tired in the lack of energy, coming into that second half, and that's what really loses them those games.
Yeah, the consistency has not been there for the Panthers. Let's see if they can get it together with a Division II opponent in their house. Vento gives it off to Cherry. Here's Dicklow with Glenn on him. Dickel drives. Nice find to Morsilli and gets it to fall. That connection between Dickel and Morsilli has been working all season. Continues right there.
Yeah, Morsilli, a great three-point shooter, but can also work in the paint.
Bassler just gives it off to Bianco. Avengers try to reset. Takes a three. Rolls in and out. Glynn with the rebound. With the right hand and draws the foul. Aiden Glynn, the senior, gets a big and one bucket. Trying to complete the three-point play.
So far, the Avengers shown they can stay with, the hot Johnson offense.
It was a neck-and-neck game at the Holiday Tournament, just the Avengers at the very end pulled away with the 48-40 victory. Glynn completes the three-point play, and the Avengers have cut it to a one-possession game. Morsilli steps back, takes a three. No good, off the window. Opportunity for the Avengers to tie this one up possibly. Bassler drives. Morsilli on him. Gives it to Bianco. Glynn thought about the deep three, just gives it off to Bianco. Ten to shoot, Desmarais. Bassler wide open on the left wing, his three. No good, Dickel gets the rebound. Hustling down the court. Spin move, no one there for the Panthers. Was expecting someone to be there, but no one was home.
Johnson defense struggles when the team is great at passing the ball and is very fast.
There's a bad turnover there by the senior Bassler. Johnson will retake it. His first sub of the game, Spencer Padula checks in for Bassler.
Like I was going back earlier, and Johnson defense struggles when the team they're facing is very good at passing. It tires them out. They get lazy, and that's where the team can score. And the Avengers has to take advantage of that if they want to stay in this game.
Dickel, good find to Morsilli with the left hand. Oh, around and out. Tough luck there for the junior. Inside Padula. Skino on the coverage. And gets it to fall off the front rim. Just like that, the Avengers have cut it to a one-point game.
The Panthers' offense getting those great looks, just not being able to capitalize so far.
Cherry switches it home. Chris Cherry gets his first three of the game. And a much-needed bucket for Johnston. Bianco. Bento on the coverage. Desmarais. Inside Padula. Glynn in the corner, his three. No good. And it hit the wiring. As first sub for Johnson checks into the game, Aiden Neal, who hasn't really seen that much playing time, but now starting to get some as of recent. And also Bassler checks back in for East Greenwich.
Yeah, Neal getting more playing time as a freshman than this year. Looking to earn his spot on varsity.
Bento gives it to Dickel, a really tough time right there. Dickel spins. Fadeaway shot no good. Desmarais pulls down the rebound and was knocked out of the hands by Morsilli. And the Avengers will take over with the Panthers up 11-7. As Jabel De La Cruz checks in for Johnston, who's been seeing a lot of more minutes as of recent. Morsilli will go to the bench.
Yeah, whereas Johnson struggled this season, they're going to try to get more players in, see what they can, do for next year, see who steps up and proves they want to play.
Can also see what kind of lineups that Berjoja can work with. As Desmarais steps into a three and no good. Avengers get the rebound. Bianco, pull-up mid-range shot, no good. Aiden Neal pulls that one down. Aggressive rebound inside. Dickel drives. Right hand over two defenders off the front rim, no good. Bassler drives. Left hand take, good. Kobe Bassler cuts this back to a 2-point lead.
Avengers storming back here. Johnson really needs to take advantage of these great shots they're getting.
Vento spins and gets it in. Good shot right there for the senior captain. And again, a much-needed bucket. Panthers are now up by 4. Bassler, deep 3. Off the back iron, Cherry pulls down the board. Cherry drives. Left hand, no good. Good take by the sophomore, just couldn't finish. Down court pass, Bassler has Vento to beat with the left hand, no good. That was a huge opportunity for the Avengers that couldn't cash in. Shot clock turned off as Diclo now.
That's a lucky break for Johnson. They need to capitalize here. Get more points going into the second quarter.
Approaching 10 seconds to play. Panthers want the final shot of the half. 7 to shoot. Vento steps back, takes a 3. Off the back iron, no good. Bassler with 2. Desmaris heaves up a prayer off the front rim. Would have been a big bucket for the Avengers going into the second quarter. But we've completed one from Johnston, 13-9, the Panthers lead. Let's see if they can keep the consistency up.
When you're driving, reaction time is very important. If you've been drinking, that impairs your reaction time. Now, if you add drugs to that equation, even marijuana, you are decreasing your reaction time even more. How do we know? Because the numbers don't lie. The data about mixing multiple substances is scary. In fact, you are 200 times more likely to cause a crash than a sober driver. Don't drive drunk, don't drive high.
At Ortho Rhode Island, we've built the future of orthopedic care around an important foundation, you. Our experienced surgeons and specialists offer the full spectrum of orthopedic care with leading-edge treatments and technology and a one-of-a-kind patient experience. From diagnosis to outpatient surgery, physical and occupational therapy, acute injury care, and advanced imaging, we make you the cornerstone of innovative care. To learn more or schedule an appointment, visit orthopedicsri.com.
Second quarter here from Johnston with the Avengers trailing 13-9. See if they can get it going offensively. They've had some great looks. As the sub, Patrick Dargan checks in and takes an immediate shot, overshoots it, but a rebound by Padula with the right hand off the glass.
And not in the game right now, but Desmaris. Quiet so far to start the game, but Johnson has had some trouble in the past with those, big body setter types where they just couldn't stop them in the paint.
Great find inside to Aiden Neal again. The freshman with the connection with his bigs. Scaramella gives it off to Bassler. 15-11. To the corner. Scaramella drives. Right hand overshoots it by a mile. Down court pass to Cherry. Lays it up with the left hand. 17-11 now.
Those are those easy points Johnson needs to take advantage of.
Bassler gives off to Padula. Pull up mid-range shot for Bassler off the glass. The thing with the Avengers, they're keeping in this game. It's not like it's a blowout. They're still in it. Only a 4-point game. Diclo, pull up mid-range shot. No good. Rebound by Scaramella.
Something Johnson has struggled with also is the rebounding, giving the opponent more opportunities to take their shots.
See if they can limit it right here with only a 2-possession lead. Inside, spin, no good. Diclo pulls on that rebound. Big rebound right there from the freshman, pulled down with one hand. Panthers will retake it, try to build on their lead. This is good for the Panthers. When they start the game off with a lead, they play better basketball. And they're not trailing, playing catch-up the whole game.
Yeah, no, any team.
As Neal can't get it to fall, but gets his own rebound. Vento from the free throw line swishes it.
like I was saying, any team plays better with a lead. But Johnston went down, just their entire atmosphere changes. They cannot play when down, but when up, they play some great basketball.
Padula off the glass over Aiden Neal. Tough shot right there for the junior, but gets it to fall. 4-point game again. Cherry. Back out to Vento. Drives. Neal in the corner. His three. No good off the side. Bassler tries to pull down the rebound, but gets it knocked out of his hands by the Panthers. As a couple subs check into the game. For the Avengers, it is Dismaris. And for the Panthers, Morsilli checks back in. Avengers trail by 4 with 5 to play. To the corner. Nichols 3, he switches it home. Immediately checks into the game and makes a 3. And just like that, we've got a 2-point game. Or excuse me, a 1-point game. As Jacob Rujo waits to check in. Morsilli gives it off to Vento, who drives. Finds Morsilli too far, but Aiden Neal is there. Takes the 3 and knocks it down. Aiden Neal with 5 points in this game already.
Yeah, when Neal gets hot, he's a great basketball player. I remember when he hit 3 threes in a row last year as a freshman.
Cherry takes one and knocks it down. Chris Cherry knocks one down. 2 consecutive 3-pointers for the Panthers.
When this Johnson offense is going, they are almost unstoppable.
Another steal. Cherry down court with the left hand and gets it off the glass. Timeout East Greenwich. Here come the Panthers. A 7-0 run, up 27-18.
Wow, and when this Johnson offense gets going, they are so hard to stop. They just got to keep this consistency, keep it going throughout the game, and they'll have a very bright future,
Cherry with 10 points already in this one. Scored a 3, and then that little down court pass to him just flushes it home. And the Panthers have their largest lead of the night, 9. My goodness, what a start for this Johnston offense. But again, can they just keep it consistent? Because this season they haven't been able to do it.
No, they haven't. And that's been their problem all season, is keeping that consistency. They're a great offense, and that just demonstrates it right there, how great their offense can be, but their consistency is where it staggers a little bit, and their defense needs to step it up a little bit to continue being a dominant team.
Panthers trying to get some revenge on the Avengers this year, and rightfully doing so already. Up 27-18. Bassler thought about the 3, but takes it back to center court. Nichols on the left wing. Swish. 2 consecutive buckets for the junior. And it cuts this lead back to 6. Here's Cherry with the left hand. Rolls around, no good.
And Morsilli wide open, that right corner.
Bassler gets it stripped away from Morsilli. And it was last touch by the Panthers. As Aiden Glenn checks back into the game. Good block right there by the junior Morsilli against Bassler. But again, this offense so far for Johnston, this is what the offense wants to be like. Scaramella rolls in and out. Dicklow, no look to his Cherry. Morsilli has it. Backing him down, fadeaway shot off the window. We apologize if our camera just went out. We're gonna work to get that, so we're gonna do a little radio broadcast as Cherry chips that one out of bounds. Gonna stay with the Avengers. .245. Here's Bianco. Again, we're going to work to change on our battery, so a little radio broadcast. Scaramella takes it 3. Rolls in and out. Panthers get the rebound. 2:25 to play. Diclo now on the left wing. Gets a screen from Neal. Diclo. I think there was a foul up top. Yes, it's going to be an Aiden Glenn. It was a moving, reaching foul. As Spencer Perdula checks back into the game for the Avengers.
Yeah, and Johnson definitely looking to extend their lead here. Avengers showing they can keep in this ball game offensively.
Bento. Little mid-range shot gets it to fall. 29-21, the Panthers lead. There's the Avengers. Bianco at the top of the key inside Desmarais. Nice little cut by Bassler. Almost no travel call. Glenn takes a 3. Rolls in and out, so as people would say, ball don't lie. Jerry finds Diclo, takes a 3. No good. Avengers pull down the rebound. That's Bassler. The senior drives. Baseline. Padula inside to Bassler. Bianco. Glenn fakes the 3. Fadeaway shot. Oh, what a roll for the senior right there. A lot of contact, somehow gets it to fall. And it's 31-23 with 1:05 to play.
Yeah, the offense definitely looking to respond here.
Gone a little bit cold since that 7-0 run. Here's Neal. More silly. Bento will reset it with 45 seconds to play. 10 to shoot for the Panthers. Got to get something going. Bento drives. Right hand take. No good. Looking for the foul. Marsili tries to pull on the rebound, but the Avengers end up with the Bassler down court, with Cherry chasing him and Bassler off the glass.
Yeah, and Johnson offense a little spotty. They're either really, really good, really hot, or they just can't find anything to fall for them.
Shot clock turned off with 20 seconds to play. See if the Panthers can get a shot before the half. Here's Diclo. 10 to shoot. Guarded by Bassler at the top. Diclo drives. Right hand, Euro step to the bucket, got it. 3 seconds. Desmarais from half court. Off the top of the backboard. And now conclude the first half. A beautiful first half by the Panthers. That 8-0 run really sparked that offense. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to repair our cameras. 33-25 is your score. We'll be back for the second half.
When you're driving, reaction time is very important. If you've been drinking, that impairs your reaction time. Now, if you add drugs to that equation, even marijuana, you are decreasing your reaction time even more. How do we know? Because the numbers don't lie. The data about mixing multiple substances is scary. In fact, you are 200 times more likely to cause a crash than a sober driver. Don't drive drunk, don't drive high.
At Ortho Rhode Island, we've built the future of orthopedic care around an important foundation: you. Our experienced surgeons and specialists offer the full spectrum of orthopedic care with leading-edge treatments and technology and a one-of-a-kind patient experience. From diagnosis to outpatient surgery, physical and occupational therapy, acute injury care, and advanced imaging, we make you the cornerstone of innovative care. To learn more or schedule an appointment, visit orthopedicsri.com.
When you're driving, reaction time is very important. If you've been drinking, That impairs your reaction time. Now, if you add drugs to that equation, even marijuana, you are decreasing your reaction time even more. How do we know? Because the numbers don't lie. The data about mixing multiple substances is scary. In fact, you are 200 times more likely to cause a crash than a sober driver. Don't drive drunk, don't drive high.
At Ortho Rhode Island, we've built the future of orthopedic care around an important foundation: you. Our experienced surgeons and specialists offer the full spectrum of orthopedic care with leading-edge treatments and technology and a one-of-a-kind patient experience. From diagnosis to outpatient surgery, physical and occupational therapy, acute injury care, and advanced imaging, we make you the cornerstone of innovative care. To learn more or schedule an appointment, visit orthopedicsri.com.
If you knew that mixing drugs and alcohol might make you 200 times more likely to cause a crash than a sober driver, would you not? Don't drive drunk, don't drive high, and try to stop someone who is.
Hey girl, what happened? Hey, don't forget to pick up the pizza.
When you're driving, reaction time is very important. If you've been drinking, that impairs your reaction time. Now, if you add drugs to that equation, even marijuana, you are decreasing your reaction time even more. How do we know? Because of the dead and injured who tested positive for multiple substances. In fact, you are 200 times more likely to cause a crash than a sober driver. Don't drive drunk, don't drive high, and try to stop someone who is.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
I was born for this.
Since 2005, Rhode Island residents have relied on Superior Comfort to deliver the region's most trusted heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical services. And now, we're thrilled to introduce you to Victor the Viking. Let Victor help your home conquer the cold season with a $69 heating system inspection. When homeowners need superior service, they call the Viking of Home Comfort. Visit SuperiorComfortInc.com or call 401-552-9201 to schedule service today.
When you're driving, reaction time is very important. If you've been drinking, that impairs your reaction time. Now, if you add drugs to that equation, even marijuana, you are decreasing your reaction time even more. How do we know? Because the numbers don't lie. The data about mixing multiple substances is scary. In fact, you are 200 times more likely to cause a crash than a sober driver. Don't drive drunk, don't drive high.
At At Ortho Rhode Island, we've built the future of orthopedic care around an important foundation, you. Our experienced surgeons and specialists offer the full spectrum of orthopedic care with leading-edge treatments and technology and a one-of-a-kind patient experience. From diagnosis to outpatient surgery, physical and occupational therapy, acute injury care, and advanced imaging, we make you the cornerstone of innovative care. To learn more or schedule an appointment, visit orthopedicsri.com.
When you're driving, reaction time is very important. If you've been drinking, that impairs your reaction time. Now, if you add drugs to that equation, even marijuana, you are decreasing your reaction time even more. How do we know? Because the numbers don't lie. The data about mixing multiple substances is scary. In fact, you are 200 times more likely to cause a crash than a sober driver. Don't drive drunk, don't drive high.
Second half basketball about to be underway. 30 seconds left until the start of the second half. The Panthers 33, the Avengers 25. Matt, that was a great half of basketball for the Panthers.
Yeah, it was. A little spotty offensive-wise. They had that great 7-0 run from Johnson where Aiden Neal knocked down a 3 and a 2, and Chris Curry knocked down a 3. And Jordan Dicklow, being that star freshman that, Trojan wanted out of him, controlling the offense, setting up those plays, making those great passes. But Johnson, they have to eliminate that spottiness. They have to just be that drive every single time. That 7-0 run, they have to continue that. They have to play that great offense, because once they stop playing that great offense, their defense can't keep up with the other teams, and that's where they fall behind.
See if they can stay aggressive here in the second half with an 8-point lead. Second half is underway. Panthers hanging on to a 6-point lead. Dicklow, right hand, too strong off the window. Morsilli tries to pull it down, jump ball, possession arrow to the Avengers. So we'll see if the Avengers can get back into this one, trailing by 6. Bassler fakes it. Inside passes Maris, Glenn, right wing 3. Off the back iron, Dicklow pulls down the rebound. And he will drive, spin move, off the glass, too high. Skino tries to tip it back in, but can't. And Bassler with that for the Avengers, but cookies by Vento. Dicklow steps back and takes a 3, switches it home. The freshman Jordan Dicklow starts the scoring here in the second half. It's an 11-point lead.
Up 11, Johnson can't let up here. They have to continue gaining points, and they got to play lockdown defense here.
Even though they have an 11-point lead, the largest of the game, stay aggressive as that one goes into the back court and will go out of bounds. It's going to go to Johnston. These are the opportunities for Johnson that they can improve their lead to really put a stomp on the Avengers.
Yeah, this is where they need to capitalize on the Avengers' mistakes, where they haven't been really doing versus other teams this season.
Here's Cherry at the top. Dicklow, pull up mid-range shot, no good. Own rebound, tries to put it back in, but rolls around and out. Bianco to the corner, Glenn. Bassler now at the top. He drives over Morsilli, gets tipped. Desmaris, though, gets the putback.
Yeah, that's that big center right there for you. Getting those rebounds and getting the putbacks.
Dicklow finds Morsilli inside with the left hand. Again, the connection between Dicklow and Morsilli so far in this one has been outstanding.
Yeah, you know Jordan Dicklow is a threat, getting in, getting those layups, so they have to defend them. They can't play back. That leaves a wide open pass for him to get his wide open bigs to get an easy layup.
As Vento, no one near him as he flushes it home. Johnston Panthers, the defense to offenses game has been amazing. Scaramella to Bianco. Pull up mid-range shot is in. Still 11-point lead.
Almost a great steal by Dicklow. Just with that leaves him wide open if you can't get the steal.
Vento, wide open, more silly in the corner, takes a three. No good. Bassler pulls down the rebound. Place would have erupted if he made that three, as that one really would have put a big stomp on this one. Here's Glenn inside to Scaramella. Right hand, no good. Desmarais pulls it down over Dicklow and gets it in. 2 straight buckets for Desmarais, and just like that, Panthers have a 9-point lead as a reach and foul on Bianco. Second team foul. And A.D. Neal will check back in. He'll replace Skino.
Yeah, Johnson hasn't really blown out teams. They've all been close coming down to the fourth quarter, even in their wins.
It just gives the Panthers a big confidence booster if they can get a blowout win, as Vento airballs a deep three. And Spencer Perdue will check back in. I think Mike Bedrosian doesn't really like that shot selection from his senior captain. Here's Bianco. Scaramella on the right wing. No good. Dicklow pulls down the rebound. Panthers need to get some stops on defense to get the offense going. Here's Vento. He drives, gets it stripped out by Bianco. Now rolling around, Vento gets it back. Dicklow, deep three. Off the front rim, no good. Rolling around, picked up by Padula. Scaramella will hold it. Trying to start something for the Avengers on a 4-0 run already. Scaramella inside Desmarais. Has their 4 points and adds 2 more. 6-0 run for the Panthers. Timeout Johnston as they have lost their lead, and now it's a 7-point lead.
Yeah, and going back to shot selection, Bedrosian wasn't too happy with that. Sometimes Johnson forgets that they have 35 seconds on the clock. They got to pass the ball better. If you're 30 seconds left on the shot clock, you can't be throwing up 3-pointers. You have to develop the play a little bit more, and that's where Johnson has struggled all year.
Yeah, and it's again the second half struggles are coming out to play already. Like, they're giving up all these easy buckets. The offense, they're not taking the best of shots. You have Vento pulling up from basically half court, and you can see it. Mike Bedrosian, he's like, you got to move the ball around, get something going on offense.
Yeah, and maybe it has to do something with this right hoop. Just Johnson not being able to score and not being able to really play defense either. They have to make better shot selections, and they have to pass the ball better.
So here are the the Panthers now. Here's Cherry with the left hand off the back iron, no good. Desmarais pulls down the rebound. Avengers have a lot of opportunities right now. Scaramella. Looks like a push by Neal. Avengers will inbound it from the baseline. Here's Glenn. Bianco wide open in the corner, 3. No good. Dicklow pulls it down. Panthers really need a huge bucket right now, trailing, up by 7, but this was a 13-point game at one point.
Yeah, even when Johnson has a lead, they give it up pretty easily. If their offense can't get it done, their defense just can't make a stop, and that's where the leads just dwindle for Johnston.
As finally Morsilli gets it to fall after Dicklow misses 2 straight. Here's Desmarais. Bianco gives it to him. Desmarais Pulls up, no good. Neal pulls it down. Now see if the Panthers can start something with all the Avengers missing. Diclo. Here's Vento now, trying to reset the offense. Cherry steps back. Vento drives. Pull up mid-range shot. Got it to fall. 11-point lead again for Johnston. Glenn from the corner. And it hits the top of the wiring. It's going to go Johnston way.
Johnston up 11. This is where they can get their 13-point lead back, as Pettit, haven't seen a lot of him this game, is checking back in for Marsili. He's going to be going up against number 24, Desmarais, who's been getting those, easy buckets, easy rebounds, just using his height advantage over Johnston.
Yeah, basically the same height between him and Desmarais. As that one is stripped away by Padula with the right hand off the glass, too strong. Ooh, Panthers catch a huge break right there. Here's Diclo. Finds Vento inside. Gets blocked away by Desmarais. Bassler, wide open lane. Too short, and a foul on Aiden Neal. So Bassler will go to the line to shoot 2. A lot of contact inside. It's Aiden Neal's second. It's kind of like the first set of free throws that we've seen this game.
Yeah, usually Johnson struggles with those fouls. Hasn't been really fouling a lot this game. That's definitely an improvement to look upon for Johnston.
Bassler gets the first one to fall. Cuts it to a 10-point lead as Patrick Dargan checks back in for the Avengers. Bassler trying to go 2 for 2. Cut this to a 9-point lead. And does the stat. 9-point lead now for the Panthers. See if again they can get that big bucket. Cherry. Pull up mid-range shot off the front rim. Padula pulls down the rebound. Bianco now at the top of the key. Here's Padula. Bianco, top of the key 3. Bang. Cole Bianco from the top of the key gets the fall. 6-point game.
Johnson plays their best basketball up 10. They need to get back into that range.
Diclo drives, and a reach and foul is going to be charged to Padula as Diclo was on the baseline. 1:06 to go here in the third. Been one of the more slower quarters in this one. Diclo, turnover on the inbound.
Just a little miscommunication there between him and Aiden.
Under a minute to play. Right wing 3, Cash. Dargan gets one to fall, and just like that, the Avengers are right back in it. It's a 3-point game. Cherry gets a screen from Pettit. Vento to Cherry, top of the key 3. Rolls in and out. Vento pulls down the rebound. A huge rebound for the senior captain. Spins. Pull up mid-range shot. Gets to a spot and knocks it down.
Right, but this is where Johnson offense can't be spotty, because if their defense can't contend with the other team's offense and you're not scoring points, Johnson's defense is not good enough to allow them to not score points. They have to consistently score points if they want to stand a chance.
Shot clock turned off. Another 3 from Dargan off the back iron. Diclo pulls it down. Has some time to get a shot up. Diclo, and he gets fouled. It's going to be charged to either Bianco or Bassler. It's actually going to be on Bassler. So 4.6 to play. Definitely not in a hurry to shoot. Enough time. More silly. Vento in the corner. At the buzzer, his 3. Off the side of the rim, no good. Great look right there for Vento. Just couldn't get it to fall. We've completed 3. Panthers have won each of the 3 quarters, 46-41. Can the Panthers close it out at home, up by 5? We'll be back.
When you're driving, reaction time is very important. If you've been drinking, that impairs your reaction time. Now, if you add drugs to that equation, even marijuana, you are decreasing your reaction time even more. How do we know? Because the numbers don't lie. The data about mixing multiple substances is scary. In fact, you are 200 times more likely to cause a crash than a sober driver. Don't drive drunk, don't drive high.
At Ortho Rhode Island, we've built the future of orthopedic care around an important foundation, you. Our experienced surgeons and specialists offer the full spectrum of orthopedic care with leading-edge treatments and technology and a one-of-a-kind patient experience. From diagnosis to outpatient surgery, physical and occupational therapy, acute injury care, and advanced imaging, we make you the cornerstone of innovative care. To learn more or schedule an appointment, visit orthopedicsri.com.
Fourth quarter basketball, 46-41. Panthers are 8 minutes away from taking down the Avengers after they were beat in the holiday tournament by them. But still have some work to do with a full quarter left to go, up by 5, as Vento will start it out with the Panthers.
Yeah, the Avengers just showed they can stay in this game, only down 5, cutting it to almost a 3-point lead just for Johnston, where they were up 13. Avengers are not a team to be scoffed at.
Again, they're not any strangers to playing D1 teams. They can hang with them. Here's Vento. 10 to shoot. Pettit back out to Morsilli. Vento drives. Right hand off the backboard, no good. Pettit can't pull down the rebound. The Avengers have it. Bassler with Cherry on the coverage. Gives it off to Padula. Bianco. Three from Nichols, no good. Diclo, the high vertical, pulls down the rebound. A lot of passing going on for the Avengers. Had a great look right there from Nichols. Couldn't get it to fall.
Yeah, that's Johnston's weakness. When the other team's offense take advantage of the not so great condition from Johnston, they keep passing the ball. They find the open man, and that's where Johnston struggles defensively.
Cherry steps back. Rolling around, no good. Padula pulls down the rebound. Still a 5-point game. Here's Padula. Bassler with Cherry on the coverage. No reset at the top. Dargan to Padula. Padula with the left hand over Jake Pettit. 3-point game.
Pettit struggled a little bit all last year and this year, getting those rebounds, getting those stops in the paint. He just can't, capitalize on his, tall frame and being taller than most people.
Diclo calls for a screen. 3-2 look here for the Avengers. Cherry takes a deep 3. No good off the back iron. Pulled down by the Avengers. Again, not the best shot selection for the Panthers. Only 3-point lead. Bassler on the right wing. Dargan. Here's Nichols. Bassler reset. Takes the 3 with Cherry on the coverage, no good. Gets his own rebound. He'll reset it for the Avengers. New shot clock. Here's Bianco. Nichols now. Padula. Bianco drives. 3 from Dargan. Got it to fall! And we are tied from Johnston. Panthers are up by 13, and the Avengers have just tied it on the big 3 by Nichols. Dargan. Here's Chris Cherry to Diclo. See if the offense can start to get something going. Vento, take the deep three. Off the back iron, no good. The Avengers pull it down, looking to get their first lead. Dargan. Here's Bassler now. Not the best shot selections here in this second half of the Panthers have really allowed the Avengers to get back into this one. There's now a lot of passing going on. Here's Bianco. Nichols inside. Padula. Reset at the top. 10 to shoot. Bassler drives. Fadeaway shot over Pettit. Off the back iron, no good. Padula pulls it down. Over Pettit, draws the foul. Man, this fourth quarter so far has not been pretty for Johnston. They're just allowing the Avengers to get back into this one.
No, it's not. And the inconsistencies in this Johnston offense, there's a pattern to it. They play so great when they're passing the ball. They have that great teamwork. They're making those great shot decisions. But when they're taking those deep threes, those bad shots, when there's still 15, 20 seconds left on the shot clock, you know, you're not Steph Curry. You're not going to pull up from, you know, almost half and make those threes. They have to play smarter basketball.
Padula goes 1 for 2, and the Avengers have their first lead since the first quarter. It's been all Johnston, but now the Avengers have stormed from the dead, and now they lead by 1. Here's Vento. And a timeout call by Johnston as they now have their first deficit of the game, or basically the first quarter. Like I said, Matt, it's been all them, but now this fourth quarter, it's just not been pretty.
No, it has not. And Johnston really need to lock it in defensive-wise and offensive-wise. They haven't been getting anything to fall for them. The shot selection has been atrocious from Johnston. You can't pull it up from a deep three and expect it to go in every time. That's not how it works. You have to play better basketball. And the Avengers showing when you can pass the ball, you're going to score. Johnston not being able to do that. With 15 seconds left on the shot clock, they're just throwing up threes, praying it goes in there. That's not how you're going to play effective basketball and get those wins. It might work every once in a while where, you know, it works, they get 4 wins. But when you're doing it through an entire season and you come across a better team, they're going to outplay you. And that's where you come through the losses, and it's shown these last 2 seasons.
Yeah, it's just, you can't say it enough. It's the offense, they're not playing with teamwork right now. They're just being selfish, and they're just pulling up from way beyond the arc. And they're, of course, not going to get the results they want because they're not getting the best shot selections. And now with East Greenwich leading, they have a lot of momentum. You can even see it over there on their bench. They're playing with a lot of confidence, and the Panthers, if they want to get back into this one, they need to build the offense and move the ball around.
Yeah, and confidence means a lot, and when you're playing with confidence, you play your best basketball.
All sports is about momentum, and right now the Avengers have it all. But let's see if the Panthers can get something going on offense as Vento gives off to Diclo. Diclo thought about it. That would have been a bad shot selection. He takes a 3 off the front rim. Cherry tries to save it, but he stepped out of bounds just barely. And it's going to be Avenger ball with 3:31 to go. Here's Bianco. Coach Luke Scaramella for the Avengers calls out a play. Bedrosian shaking his head, looking about where this lead went. There's Maris inside. Makes a man miss off the window. This Avengers offense has come from the dead. Neal. Here's Vento to Cherry. Here's Morsilli now. Diclo getting swarmed. Vento wide open in the corner. His 3 rolls in and out. Dargan pulls it down. Here's Padula. Bianco will set it back up for the Avengers. Glenn inside. Dargan. No good. Panthers almost coughed it up, but they get the rebound. Diclo spins. Finds Neal. Oh, it off his hands. Bianco. Vento trailing him with the right hand off the glass. Cole Bianco with a lot of contact from Vento has given the Avengers a 5-point lead. And a timeout called by Johnston. Oh my goodness. It's just gone completely downhill in this fourth quarter. And that Avengers sideline, to say they are playing with a lot of momentum and confidence is an understatement. Wow.
Speechless, Ant. I don't know where this game went for Johnston. They're playing great team basketball, great defense, and then they just throw it all out the window. You have the win in the bag. Just keep playing that consistent basketball, that team basketball, and then that you come out and decide to, throw a couple threes up, hope they go in. Clearly that hasn't worked for them, Ant, because now they're down 51-46, and they're in danger of losing to another D2 team. Clearly, they can't get any wins in D1. Now they can't get any wins in D2. I don't know what's going to happen for this Johnston basketball future.
And Johnston, they failed to score a point in this fourth quarter. It's 2:14 to go. They still haven't scored a point. And that is not going to win you basketball games when you're not scoring in the fourth quarter. Just, my goodness, a 13-point lead quickly erased in the second half as they now trail by 5, 2:14 to go. The game's still not over, but the way the Avengers are playing, they're giving the Panthers no mercy.
Yes, the Avengers are playing good, but Johnston is just beating themselves. It is sad, and truly.
Again, the game's not over. 5-point lead with 2:14 to go. Cherry will inbound it to the captain, Vento. Panthers need a huge bucket to get their confidence back up. But the defense for the Avengers here in this fourth quarter has been amazing. Vento inside to Diclo. Gets a strip, finds more Silly inside with the left hand. Oh, a big bucket right there for the Panthers. Cuts it back to a one-possession game. Boy, do the Panthers need that one. Here's Dismaris. Gives it off to Bianco. As the Avengers now will call a timeout with a 3-point lead, under 2 minutes to go. We're going to take a quick break, 51-48. Can the Panthers come back, or can the Avengers hold on?
When you're driving, reaction time is very important. If you've been drinking, that impairs your reaction time. Now, if you add drugs to that equation, even marijuana, you are decreasing your reaction time even more. How do we know? Because the numbers don't lie. The data about mixing multiple substances is scary. In fact, you are 200 times more likely to cause a crash than a sober driver. Don't drive drunk, don't drive high.
At Ortho Rhode Island, we've built the future of orthopedic care around an important foundation.
.143 to go, 3-point lead for the Avengers. Looking to hang on. As the inbound to Bassler. Back to Bianco. Panthers need a huge stop right here.
Clearly they haven't been able to do that. As the Avengers just toying with this defense, getting a bucket any which way they want.
Bianco getting swarmed by Vento. Dargan almost coughs it up. Dismaris takes a three. Well short, Dicko pulls it down. That's the stop the Panthers needed. Vento has to walk out from behind. Oh, a big break right there as that one was almost off of Vento. It's going to stay with the Panthers as two subs, Jake Arujo and Quinn Scaramella will check in for the Avengers. Arujo for the Panthers. As the Panthers will now call a timeout. Quick 30-second timeout. Go up the upcoming schedule here on JHS Media. We have a game tomorrow as girls basketball will be here as they will host Smithfield, coming off a big win against Juanita Sanchez. So let's see if they can continue to build upon their win streak, which is now up to 2. The largest win streak of the season, trying to make it 3. And next week, it's all girls, as next Thursday and Friday, it will just be them. A Thursday game at 6 and then a Friday game at 4 p.m. against Lincoln School from Providence. First time that the Panthers will get a look at them, as the Lincoln School Lions were bumped up to Division II after their Division III championship. So we'll see what happens with that. But not much time left here on JHS Media for basketball, and soon the spring sports will be going on. It's got 3 to 4 weeks left, but the game I'm most excited for, the Johnston versus West, when we'll be at West, and I can't wait for the environment there.
I can't wait either, Amp. It's going to be two rival teams facing off, and Johnson got the better of them during the winter tournament. As we were talking about how the Avengers got, the better of Johnson during the winter tournament, Johnson looking for some revenge. West is looking for some revenge as well. That's going to be a great atmosphere to be at.
But nonetheless, we got still a minute to go with the Panthers down by 3. 20 seconds on the shot clock as we approach under a minute. Dicklow stumbles, gives to the Vento. Approaching 10 to shoot. Panthers need a big shot up. Dicklow on a foul by Desmarais, a costly one for the Avengers as a new shot clock and a huge opportunity for the Panthers as they could not even move the ball around. This Avengers defense, Matt, they've been legit.
They have been, and Johnson playing good all through the third quarter and then just falls apart there in the fourth quarter. Just hurting themselves, letting the Avengers start playing great defense. Once you're up, that defense gets more locked down.
More silly. On Desmarais, right hand, no good. Scaramella pulls it down. Shot clock and game clock about the same. They're going to have to start fouling. Bassler, no foul call. Bianco gets it. Glynn inside Desmarais, but a foul by Jake Arujo. And that's going to reset the shot clock, so Panthers going to have to start spamming the fouls as they only have 2 teams. So they're just going to have to start fouling very quickly. Bianco inbound. Desmarais as Dicklow will now draw it. Okay, so we got to start doing, you got to start spamming the foul so they go to the line so then you get a chance to start shooting. Something that's surprising, we haven't seen this game much, Matt. I have not seen Skino that much in this game.
No, you lose that defensive presence. He was great in that first half. I wonder where he went. Maybe something happened with him. He just hasn't been a presence so far in the second half.
Or maybe it's the lineup that Coach Prigozhin likes, but I doubt it's that because he really... timeout call by the Avengers, but going back to Skino, he brings the big defense for the Panthers, and I'm very shocked we haven't seen him that much here in this second half. 51-48 with 19 seconds to go. Panthers still need to foul him twice to get them to the line. But again, it just hasn't been pretty for the Panthers offensively, and that's the main reason why they're now trailing in this one.
Yeah, it just seems almost improbable for Johnson to win this game with 19 seconds left. Down 3, they're going to have to get 2 fouls and hope that the Avengers don't convert on those 2 free throws and get a lucky 3-pointer, which it has been falling all night. The pieces have to come in place perfectly for Johnson to even sniff at a win.
Yeah, and you got to get these 2 quick fouls real quick, and you got to hope that the Avengers somehow miss. We haven't really seen the Avengers shoot free throws tonight. Looking at their stats, the Avengers have only shot 5 free throws, so you haven't really got a good look at them. But again, Panthers still need to foul him twice to get him to the line. 21 seconds left. Bianco will inbound. Or maybe the Panthers can get a big turnover. That would be huge. Another timeout call by the Avengers. As they call a full timeout, we'll still keep it right here. But again, go over the upcoming schedule once again this week. Tomorrow we have girls basketball hosting Smithfield, or excuse me, not Smithfield. They host Situate tomorrow. They were the Final Four last year in Division II playoffs. And then next week we have 2 girls games, Thursday and Friday. It'll be Smithfield coming to town and then Lincoln School. Panthers will get a first look at them. And then the week after that, it is, I believe it's 2 games. I believe boys will be playing Hendricken and girls, not really sure, but I know it's them 2 that week. Then after that, it's senior night for the boys and the girls, and then we go to West. So that's going to be a big action-packed week. But the Panthers, nonetheless, they need to get out of this game with a win, and it's not been pretty.
Yeah, and Berjosen is going to have a long talk with this Johnson lineup after this game that we just see throwing, literally shooting their game away by just throwing up those threes. You know, no pun intended, just throwing their game away. They had that win in the bag, up 13. Now they're down 3. Don't know what happened there.
One of the officials talking over with Coach Luke Scaramella. I don't know if it's about the timeout situation or the clock situation, but the Avengers have already burned 2 of their timeouts after not failing to inbound it. So now the officials get together. Now Scaramella and Mike Berjosen are talking. So now one of the officials goes to Scaramella. I think they're all set. I think they're reviewing how many timeouts. I think the Avengers only have 1 left. So if they didn't get the inbound, the Panthers can get a big steal. Bianco gives it Scaramella with basically Chris Cherry holding him like an NFL defender. So that's a 14 foul. Doesn't take that much time off the clock, but still, Panthers need to foul him one more time.
Yeah, Johnson, like I said, is going to need a miracle here. Needs one more foul. Needs to pray that something was going on with their free throw shooter. Misses both with however many seconds left on the clock, and then go down and score a 3-pointer.
So there should only be 4 team fouls. All right, now they fixed it. So the Panthers need to foul one more time to get them to the line. But maybe they can get a big steal as Cherry draws the foul, and Scaramella finally for the Avengers, they'll go to the line. So let's hope, the Panthers need to hope that they can get a miss from Scaramella on both these free throws for a chance.
Yeah, and 1 free throw made here just almost seals the game for the Avengers.
Scaramella takes his time, hits his first 4-point game. Can Scaramella go 2 for 2 and make it a 5-point game? And he does. 5-point game with 19 seconds. Panthers got to hustle down the court. Got to get a shot up right now. Bento gets the foul from Bassler. Second team foul. Panthers just need to get some shots up right now. Maybe they can finally get something. Diclo to Cherry. Gotta get it past half court, get a bucket. Morsilli drives, left hand. Oh, he fell too short. Rolling around, Bianco picks it up. And the Avengers will dribble it out. A heartbreaker for the Panthers. Up by 13 and lose by 5. And my goodness, to say heartbreaking, I have no words, Matt. That was just absolute heartbreaking. Up by 13 and you lose by 5. I mean, credit to the Avengers for playing outstanding basketball in that second half.
No comment, just selfish basketball.
We'll go over the team stats for both of these squads. First for the Avengers, you have Jacoby Bassler led the team with 11. And for the Panthers, it was Vento with 15. But the second half shooting, you just can't have that. And when you're just chucking up threes for no reason, that's not going to win you basketball games. Just, like you said, selfish basketball. But the Panthers were going to have to clean that one up as they hit the road now. 7 of their next 9 games on the road. They only have 2 left. Hendricken and then Shea on senior night. But, man, just heartbreaking, Matt.
It is, Ant. Just literally shot their game away. This is a D2 opponent. You need to win these games. And they just fail every time. You thought, they would learn their lesson throughout the season. throughout 2 years just has not, grinded into them yet that you can't play like this if you want to win games and you want to be successful, especially in Division I.
Well, Johnston will drop to 4-9, and East Greenwich will improve to 8-5. But that's going to do it here from Johnston. Alongside Matt Duquette, I'm your play-by-play announcer, Anthony Vendetti. Dante doing the stats. Luke Ventura behind the computer. Ethan Brace behind the camera. We're your crew from Johns High School Media. Honored to be on our own YouTube channel and the NFHS Network. Have a good night, everybody.